Welcome to another edition of Get to Know Your Wayne State football program for the upcoming 2016 season. I'm Sports Information Director Jeff Weiss and joined today by Assistant Coach Scott Wooster. Scott, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today about tight ends. Obviously, that's a pretty good group. I mean, unfortunately, they lost Nate White to defense, but it didn't hurt their depth at all. We were talking a little bit off camera. When you go Trent Broadbeck, Aaron Weston, Preston Pelham, and Luke Ketterman all returning, plus a couple of young guys coming into the mix. That's a pretty dynamic group.
Oh, no question about it. And especially because of the quality of this group. I mean, Trent Broadbeck has been a fantastic player for us. Got a little dinged up near the end of last year, and that caused him not to have the season he wanted, but he was still very productive. But he's had an incredible winter, incredible spring, and he's poised to have a great senior year. So you add Aaron Weston to that, who hasn't had maybe the production that Trent is on the field, but he has the potential. And we're looking for a huge senior year out of Aaron Weiss.
Well, Aaron's obviously contributed on special teams as the short snapper and stuff like that, which is, we were talking before about Paul Graham's field goal and PAT percentage, and part of that is getting a good snap from Aaron.
Sure, absolutely, and he's competed like crazy for that this spring, and we'll have an opportunity to continue to compete for that position this fall.
Last year, Preston Pelham was a redshirt freshman, obviously playing behind the three guys that we've already mentioned. Didn't see a whole lot of time, but obviously in the offense that we run, where there could be an H-back quite a bit, along with a tight end, more often than not, you'll probably see two of these guys on the field at the same time.
And he's another guy that had a really good spring, extremely productive, especially in the run game. He's a very physical, aggressive player, and did some really good things in the spring. So he's going to compete and be in that mix, and we're going to play 3-4 guys, so you'll see him on the field this fall.
And then the other gentleman, Luke Ketterman, redshirted last year, another kid from Northwest Ohio.
Yes.
Seems to be a hotbed for our tight ends.
Absolutely.
What can we expect from Luke this year?
Well, Luke, unfortunately, he broke his ankle about halfway through his season when he was redshirt, and so that kind of stunted his development a little bit last fall, but he came in this winter, had a really good winter, rehabbing that thing, getting it back, and then he had a really good spring. He was one of those guys that, like a lot of freshmen, a lot of processing, a lot of thinking. But the thing that happened in the spring game is he played a little faster. And there was two plays, for instance, that stick in my mind where he really played fast, aggressive and physical. And when he can do that, he's going to be special because he's 6'5", he's 235, 40 pounds, can run, can catch. He's everything that you want. He played tackle in high school, so he can block, or great blocker, down blocker. So really excited about Luke and his future.
And then obviously there's two young guys coming in that will most likely redshirt this year, Evan Kahn from the Lansing area and Stephen Glenn from downriver in Lincoln Park. Obviously, guys, I imagine that you plan on redshirting because of the depth already at tight end.
Yeah, they would only play in an emergency situation, but they're two kind of developmental guys because Evan played wide receiver in high school, and what a special talent he is on the edge because he's so big and strong and physical. Out there, can we translate that into an inline Y? If he can do that, he's going to be a really dominant player because he is so good catching the ball, and I think he will. He's very willing to do that, but he's a special guy stretching the field because that's what he's done in high school. And then Steven's a guy that, we don't know exactly what he is yet. He played quarterback in high school, did a great job there. Could play on defense, could play at tight end.
Played a lot of linebacker in high school.
Absolutely.
Even played baseball. I saw he made all-league baseball.
Basketball. He was a 3-sport star, so he's just an athlete that could help us down the road.
And multiple positions. It sounds like.
He could be really special at tight end. Those are the guys. You look at the kid that's playing for the Redskins right now. Came into Florida as a quarterback, and then he became a tight end, and now making a lot of money playing tight end. So he's one of those type of guys.
Sounds great. Well, thanks again for watching this edition of Get to Know Your Wayne State football program.